everyone, Nancy here. I'm at NCTV, and here is another podcast episode. And the title here is, Why Can't You Lose Weight? You know, I'm certified in a number of different exercise modalities, plus I have a certificate that was a 2-year course in fitness and nutrition itself. I did women's wellness consultations for about 8 or 10 years at one time. I have to tell you, this could be, when it comes to fitness overall, this would be the one big question. Why can't you lose weight? And there's a number of different reasons, but I'm going to highlight a few. Please stay to the end. I'm going to give you a bonus, which is a big bonus. My bonuses are pretty significant, and I hope you stick around for it. Okay, my first point here is that one of the big reasons why you can't lose weight, and now this is, let me clarify, unhealthy weight. I'm not talking about someone who wants to lose weight because she, I don't know, wants to fit into something that she hasn't worn in 20 years or 15 years or 8 years. That's okay, I suppose. But you need to have your idea in mind needs to be of a healthy body. That's first. And this information is for healthy people only. I am not a doctor. I am not a psychologist. I do not have that. I have training, and I have a lot of experience in fitness and nutrition myself. At 68, I maintain a healthy body, and I have yoga pants that are 20 years old, and they still fit great. So I maintain myself. I'm telling you what I do, and this is educational, and it's up to you to, as a woman or a man, if a man's listening, over the age of 18, who has understanding of their own health, and they are free to make up their own mind then. Okay, one of the big reasons here is it's on again, off again. That's a biggie. And you need to be very careful when you go on a set diet, whether that's low carb, whether that's low calorie, whether that's low fat, whether that's restricting certain foods like starch, as an example. Okay, anything that's being taken away from you is automatically going to trigger in your brain a desire for that thing. So if you say, I'm not eating I'm taking out refined sugar, as an example, and suddenly you're going to find that even if you didn't have one before, you've got a sweet tooth now. So you need to be very careful with what you choose to do. The best way is smaller portions of what you love, and give yourself a reasonable cheat day. What does a reasonable cheat day mean? It means once a week you can have dessert, and be smart about that dessert. If you have a piece of cake, don't pile ice cream on top of it. Make it one or the other. Have cake one week, have ice cream the following week. You need to reward yourself along the way, and try to make those rewards not always food. The cheat day is a good idea, but again, with that cheat day, if you've been eating heavy food all day, should you really have dessert? I mean, does anyone really have to ask that question? No, you shouldn't. So don't eat heavy. Eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, fresh proteins, and drink a lot of water. 8 glasses, 10 glasses a day of nice, wonderful, clear water with nothing in it. Don't go throwing sweeteners in it or any of these little mixy things in it. Don't do it. Just good old plain water. And you need to stay with it. Make a chart. Go old school. Get a paper calendar you put on the wall. Wow. And mark down what days you're doing what. This day I'm having fish, which you should have fish at least once a week. Good salmon. And tuna's good too. And then what days you're going to have red meat if you eat it. What days you're going to have chicken. What days you're going to allow something else. Pasta's not the enemy. I don't think starch is the enemy at all. A huge plate of pasta drowned in cheese and all these other things mixed on top of there, all kinds of sauces, creamy sauces. No. Again, ask yourself, should I really be eating that? Because, I know that I'm more than my healthy weight. Should I really be eating that? Stay with it. Stay on. Push the on button. Try to go old school with a calendar or some type of a chart on the wall. A dry erase board is good. And just every week, just say, okay, here's what I'm doing this week, and stay with it. You can have a pal. Maybe you and a pal are also going to look at losing, some unhealthy weight, 10, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is, and say, okay, we're going to do this together, and maybe go out for a walk together if you feel like you want, I don't know, candy or something, or fast food. Just stay away. Pretend that drive-in is not there. Okay. 2, lack of exercise. No matter what you do, no matter how much you change that diet, and let's say you change it for the better, it's wonderful. Lean meats, other lean proteins, and lots of fresh vegetables. Great. But the fact is, that's not going to be it, because you'll reach a plateau eventually, and you will stop losing weight, and you're going to think, well, most people out there are going to start thinking, why should I bother? I'm not dropping anything. You must exercise. You need to exercise at least 3 times a week. 4 or 5 is better. At least 3 times a week for 20 minutes to an hour. And you need to include some weight. If you've never used weights before, I would say go into your local sporting goods store and try different weights. They should have a bench somewhere or a chair that you can sit on, and try doing some curls. Tuck that elbow into your torso and put the weight in your hand, palm side up, and lift up to your chest. Start with a 2-pounder. If you're going 4, 5, get up to 8, 9, 10, it's very easy. You need more than 2 pounds. Try 5. If you can, it's a 12 rep test is what this is called. And if you can easily reach 10 to 12, you need a heavier weight. If you're pushing it, and I don't mean hurting, I mean it's like, okay, I'm starting to feel like I'm really working my muscles, and you get to 9 to 10, and you can get to 12 without pain and suffering, yes, that's the weight you need. Okay, so use that weight. Start out small. Start out with those 12 reps 3 times a week, and work up from there. Okay, so you need good exercise. You need aerobic of some kind. You can dance, you can march in place, you can do jumping jacks, you can get a step that you use in front of the TV, and just, put your arms up, wave your arms, a little bit. You can put your arms, clap above your head or clap in front of yourself, or just go up and down, kind of robot with your arms. Do that, and that will help you 3 times a week to 5 times a week alone. That will help you. If you have a elliptical or a treadmill, great. I recommend inside exercise apparatus as much as you can. And outdoors is great, but it's not always handy. If it's raining and pouring and snowing, or 0 degrees or 100 degrees in the shade, you're probably not going to want to go out there, especially when you're first starting out. Get something for indoors, and something like that step that you can just slide out and use in front of the TV is wonderful. Okay, 3rd, stress. And sometimes this can be self-imposed. Some stress you cannot change. If there's a lot of stress at work, maybe you can help change some of that and reduce some of it, but you're not going to reduce all of it. If you're a mom, or if you're not a mom, it can be stressful just getting out of that house in the morning and getting to work on time. That can be stressful in itself. You can be perfectly fine and everything's good at home, goes smoothly, you hit the road, and there's something. There's an accident, or there is bad weather, there's some type of a traffic stop ahead, there's construction, you name it, it will stress you out. Stress is something you must manage. You must practice yoga. I tell this to everybody. Please practice yoga. I don't care if it's 5 minutes a day. I don't care. It can change your world. And just try to get into a room. And I had one lady that I coached who told me that she went into a closet. She had a walk-in closet with a little seat in it. Said that's where she went. And she took a little candle in there with her that was a battery-operated candle. And she put the candle on. And she said she stayed there for 5 minutes every day. And she said that it was perfect for her, that she felt better and that she actually did not care about snacking as much as she used to. And if it was a healthy snack, and that she felt more in control of things. You must manage the stress in your life. If you've got kids and you're going to the job, I know. I did that when my daughter was a baby. She was 4 weeks old, ladies, 4 weeks old when I went back to a full-time job. It was, let me tell you, stressful, guilt-ridden. You feel like, oh my God, I left my baby. And it's just like, and you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that with little kids. You're going to feel that if you have a child with a disability. I also had a lady who had a mom that was having some health issues and lived with her. And she felt guilty. She was going to school and working, going to both and leaving the mom. Even though she had a qualified adult sitter there with her, she still felt it. You feel guilt, ladies. We just do. Men can too. Men can feel it too. I'm not saying you don't. But stress and guilt, they seem to go hand in hand. So we must manage that. I highly recommend yoga and meditate. Go to your quiet place and just picture something in your mind for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a long time when you stop. It really is. You stop your world for 5 minutes, it's a long time. And so you come out of your bathroom or your quiet room, wherever you are, go outside. If it's quiet enough out there, go outside and just be still and just try to picture something pleasant in your mind. Okay, I'm going to give you our bonus here. And the bonus, this is something that I used to also tell my clients. And this was possibly their biggest block of anything. And it was something that they created themselves. And it's setting unrealistic goals. Don't say that you're going to lose 10 pounds in a month, because you may not. And if you only lose 6 pounds that month, even though you may say, okay, hey, it's 6 months, you may try to be happy about it, there's still going to be that little voice in your head that says, oh no, you didn't meet your goal. And that's going to, it goes back to the stress thing. That's going to stress you out. Also, unrealistic goals can apply. I touched on this earlier. If you're trying to fit into a garment that you haven't worn in 20 years, and maybe 20 years ago you were underweight, truth be known, you may have been too thin, but you have it in your mind, I wore that once, I can wear it again. Maybe you can, but at what cost? If it's stressing you out, if you're feeling miserable and tired and just annoyed all the time, it's not worth it. Set realistic goals. What's a realistic goal? 1 pound or 2 a month is a realistic goal. Most healthy women can drop that when you're looking to shed unhealthy weight. 1 pound or 2 a month. And yes, if you have to lose and you want to lose 20 pounds, yes, that could take you 8 to 10 months, could take you a little more. So what? The longer it takes you to lose it, the odds are it's going to be permanent. And that's what you want to do. You want to make permanent changes. If you're dropping the sugar thing that we talked about earlier, drop it forever. But don't make it be, a 100% thing you can never again. But go back to that once a week. I can have dessert once a week. I can have a cheat day once a week. And make that part of your life too. So make that part of your goal setting. Set small goals. If it's 1 to 2 pounds a month, and let's just say 1 month you lose 3 or 4 pounds, yippee. But don't go back to thinking, oh, I can lose 3 or 4. No. The following month, you hit the reset button and you're back to 1 to 2 pounds. I am going to leave you with that for today. And I hope that you go to my soap store. It is ourcraftworks.etsy.com. I've also got links in the box below for my ebooks. And that's what I sell here. Things I create, I write, that's it. I'm not plugging anybody else's products. If I mention them, they're things I use and I know that they are valuable. Okay, have a wonderful day, everyone, and please come back soon.